Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. The reason that you are super up close and personal today is because we are doing a first impressions kind of like full-faced look. There are some things that I'm missing, like I don't have a foundation or like a bronzer or a highlighter really. Well, I kind of do. I've swatched the highlighter, but I haven't like put it on my face. But yeah, so these are products that are either new on the market or new to me. Some of these are drugstore, some of these are high-end. These are just kind of new products I collected and I thought it'd be fun to try them on camera. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, the first thing I'm gonna try is a new primer. It's from Peter Thomas Roth. It's the Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. I saw this on Ulta's website. I'm sorry if my voice is like not normal. It's like 7 a.m. so, because I'm getting ready for work right now. Okay. So, we'll get out of the box. Oh my gosh, the struggle. So, it just looks like this. It's like a metallic purple packaging. It's really pretty. So, let's just take this little guy off. Okay. It says it's a universal shade. Okay, it's like a peachy kind of color here. So let's see what this does, guys. Hopefully it fills in the pores. Let me turn my mirror around here. Okay, I don't know how much it's filling in, but we'll see. Am I doing it right? I probably should have read the instructions. Directions: gently apply all over face, focusing on the pores, fine lines, and imperfections. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting a lot of lines on my forehead. It's a very like soft primer, like it feels very velvety on skin. But it does feel a little thick. But we'll see. All right. So there's that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just do my foundation really quick. This isn't new, but I'm going to use one that I've been loving lately, and this is the No. 7 Beautifully Matte. It's so pretty. Okay, so my foundation is on, and then I want to try, I have a couple concealers. So I found this at Walmart. This is the new L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Correcting Concealer, and I got the shade Peach Neutral. So they had a couple different ones. They had like a dark orange one. They had a green, a purple, yellow, you know, all that good stuff. This is just like a crayon though. So I thought this would be kind of nice. So I'm just going to conceal my dark circles with this a little bit because I've got them hardcore. I always do, but I just feel like lately it's been really bad. I haven't really been sleeping very well. So let's just color in the caverns, as I like to say. All right. Just bring it down a little. I mean, it went on pretty nice. It wasn't like super stiff. It's not really, really peachy. I mean, it's peachy enough, hopefully. We'll see. Before I blend that out, I'm going to add this on top. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Waterproof All Day Extreme Wear Concealer. Now, this was actually sent to me from Octoly, so I'm excited to try it, but this is the shade Light Cool 1C. I don't think that this is super new on the market, but it's new to me, so it's just like a squeezy tube. I think I'm just going to squeeze some out on the back of my hand here. Oh, okay, it's not as thick as I was expecting. If anyone has ever tried the, whatchamacallit, what is it called? The Master Camo from Maybelline. That concealer is like super full coverage and it's a little on like the thick side. Like I don't hate it, but it's just like that would be a good concealer to like bake with. And I was kind of like thinking this was going to be it, but this feels a little like that, but this feels a little bit thinner than that. So we're going to hope for the best here. Feels pretty good. It doesn't feel super heavy on the face, which is nice. Put a little bit down the nose. Just put a little on some blemishes. Why not? Okay. Even though it's a little bit brightening, but whatever. All right, so now I'm just going to take my beauty sponge this is just the fastest way for me to blend out concealers and foundation. It's just with my beauty sponge. So I feel like this kind of is not that full coverage. I've used the Double Wear foundation a little bit, to be honest. I don't know. I just don't really get the hype of it. I mean, it's definitely full coverage, but okay. But the concealer, I don't know. I feel like I need some more peachiness right here. I just feel like you can really see my dark circles still. So, I don't know, maybe either one isn't really working. I guess I just expected almost maybe more like thickness and full coverage to that concealer. This Estee Lauder Double Wear one, because it is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, like, you know, claim. I'm just going to add some more right there to see if maybe that helps. I just kind of feel like this blends away a little bit, like both of them. Like, I just feel like it didn't really conceal a whole lot. All right, so maybe I'm not a huge fan of those. I don't know. I am going to do check-ins throughout the day. I'm going to like take some pics and stuff like that. And then I'll check in with you guys later tonight to see what I think about all these products at the end of the day. So I'm going to set that with my Maybelline Fit Me loose powder, my L Small tapered brush. Sort of going to do this. I love this powder so much. So I'm just going to go like my mouth. Oh, I forgot to blend out my blemishes. That would not have been good. I'm breaking out down here a lot. I don't know why. But all right, so just make sure everything is nice and set. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super happy with the coverage of either that corrector and that concealer. Just neither one is really doing it for me. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do I'm just gonna set my entire face with a pressed powder, and then I'm going to do my bronzer and my eyebrows, and then I'll come back and I'll use some other new products. Okay, so I just set my face and added the bronzer. I will leave all of the products that I use down below, even the ones I didn't see on camera in case anyone is interested. So then I started filling in my brows, and then I had to wipe it all off because I remembered that I have this new Stroke Brow from Ardell. This is the feathering pen in the shade Taupe. So when I recently went into Sally's and they had the Ardell beauty line, like the makeup from Ardell, they make all the lashes and stuff. Buy two, get one free, and I hadn't tried anything from them. But I know I've seen a couple people here on YouTube try some stuff, and so I wanted to see for myself. So I got a lot of products to try in this video. So like I said, this is the Stroke Brow, the like feathering pen, it says. So it's like a pen for your brows. Oh man, hold on, I gotta open it. Struggle, it's real, guys. Okay, and I just did my nails yesterday, so I don't want to use them. Otherwise, it's gonna like, I don't want it to chip. Never paint your nails right before you're opening makeup because it's just gonna be bad. But I open makeup like every day of my life, so. So, it looks like so. It's like legit like a marker. I'm a little scared here. I got the shade Taupe, which is the lightest shade. We're just gonna feather it in like it says to, right? Doesn't really have direction. Oh, how to use. Layer hair strokes onto brows, let dry, add more for a 3D effect. So these are supposed to give you, like this thing is supposed to give you more natural looking brows, I guess. Which, you know, homegirl isn't really ever natural, so. But it really is. It's like a very light consistency. So I usually draw like a line though, for just some added definition. So we'll see how this works. I think the light color is good because if you do mess up a little bit or like make a mistake, it's not gonna be super noticeable. Like if you go really far outside, I mean, definitely filled them in. Okay, but it's weird to like not have a spoolie. All right, I think I'm gonna do the other one off camera because it takes a really long time. Okay, so really very first impressions is I feel like it took me a lot longer than my e.l.f. little $2 pencil, and I didn't get a really nice line. So I am gonna take my e.l.f. neutral brown and just sort of fill in the bottom. Just, okay, not that far. Just to sort of clean up and get the shape that I really want. All right, and then I still am going to use my Brow Precise highlighter from Maybelline. I mean, I just, like that pen was nice and they definitely look really natural. So I think if somebody wants like really natural brows, this is good. And I, you know, I mean, I don't want Sharpie brows for God's sake, but you know, I also, it just took me a really long time. And that's not like a super, Ardell's makeup isn't super cheap. So I feel like if somebody's a beginner and like if you can only get it at Sally's, if somebody's like a beginner or if they want like really natural brows or, you know, they're not super into makeup or something like that and they just want a nice easy look that they can get with that product, they're probably not going to go to Sally's or they're not going to, you know, want to spend that much money on a brow product. That's just me though. I mean, I don't know. It gave me a nice look. It just took me a while. Maybe if I play with it a little bit more, it'll be a little easier. But like I said, I mean, Ardell's makeup wasn't super cheap, but whatever. Okay, so now that the brows are done, I'm gonna go in with some new eye stuff from Ardell. So I got this Eyeresistible shadow stick. So it's just a cream eyeshadow stick in the shade Yearning. So it's this really pretty color. Let's swatch it out. Ooh, it's really pretty. It's like a brown. And it looked like it had some shimmer to it, but maybe... No, it might. It might have like a little bit of a sheen. But what I'm going to do is I am just going to use this on the outer part of my eyeball because I don't want a super dark look. Because like I'm still going to work today, so I don't want to... And then I don't know how fast this is going to set, so I am going to go ahead and blend it in. And I'm just using this BH Cosmetics brush. I'm just going to blend it out and then like in on my lid a little bit. Blended really well. They had a good, nice selection of colors too with this, with their shadow sticks. That's really pretty. It's actually not as dark once you blend it out. That might be like a nice base. And then I picked up this Ardell Sensual Eyes eyeshadow palette. So it's just a little eyeshadow quad. Now, they had a lot of these, and then they also had some like bigger palettes. I decided not to get any of the bigger palettes just because I don't really need them. And so I thought I would just try out this little quad that they had here. I don't know how, why is it, oh. Hold up, I forgot to take this. I was like, why is it not opening? But I forgot to take this sticker off. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this is just like some nice taupes and some nice purples. They all kind of have a little bit of a sheen to them. Oh, they're pigmented though. The shimmers feel a little flaky, like, cause these two are super shimmery and then these two are more satin finish. And these two kind of feel a little flaky, but we shall try. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shade to start. And I'm going to add this to the brow bone. Now that's kind of going down on top of a cream because I use that Maybelline brow highlighter. So it might be popping a little bit more. And then I'm going to add this on the inner corner. Okay, and then for the lid, I am going to first find my brush. I'm going to take this sparkly purple. It's kind of like flaking away, but we'll see how it works on top of this base. And just sort of put it right on the inner part of the lid. And then just kind of like over, partly over that cream base that we used. This is a really pretty like taupe look though. I like it. It's very cool toned. But that brown little crayon was nice because that could be like a base for a lot of shadow looks, you know? Now I don't really have like a good transitional crease shade in this little quad. So I'm just going to go into this one from Maybelline. This is the City Mini Matte About Town palette. So these are all just matte shades. And I'm just going to go in with this shade right here, just to sort of blend everything out, because I don't have like a good, like I said, a good crease shade in that little quad. So this just sort of maybe helps neutralize some things, not, you know, make it so intense. Well, maybe it just made it more intense. What do I know? I'm gonna go over that. I just kind of clean my brush off with this cream shade. Just to sort of lighten it up a little. That's a really pretty look though. Like I like the look on the lids and stuff. Like I like that shimmery purple actually worked really well over that base. I don't know how well it would work on its own, but over that base, I think it looks pretty. I ain't mad about it. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the lower lash line. I think I'm gonna take this dark purple. This actually has some like sparkle in it, but it's kind of one of those shades that has sparkle, but then once you swatch it out, you can't see the sparkle anymore. And I'm just going to push that onto the lower lash line a little bit. Just kind of like the outer like 2/3 of it. Because I don't like to bring the dark color all the way in when I'm going to work, because it looks, you know, like I'm going to the club and I don't want to scare people. But, okay. And then I am just going to take just a clean brush, nothing on it, and just sort of blend that out. Just so that line doesn't look super harsh, but I'm not really adding a ton of smokiness, you know? I'm just sort of smudging it. Okay, and I think today I'm not going to use my e.l.f. Makeup Lock and Seal. I feel like really naked not doing that, but I want to see how these shadows wear. So we are not going to do that. Okay, so let me go ahead and do my liquid eyeliner off camera, and then I will come back and I will do mascara, blush, and lips. Okay, so I did my eyeliner and it turned out a little thicker than I wanted it to. Sometimes you just misstep, and draw a thicker line, and then you're like, huh, I guess my eyeliner is going to be to my eyelashes today. Okay, so for blush, let's go ahead and use this. This is from the Burts Bees line. I found the whole line at Walmart, and to be honest, it was like kind of expensive. The foundation was like $16, I think, and it had like a luminous finish, it said, and I was like, oh, no thank you. I was like, I don't really want to be like more luminous because I'm already luminous, so we're good. Oh, cute. I thought this was the blush, but it's like a little protector. It says, to protect the natural pigments in our 100% natural blush, we've added this paper made with 100% post-consumer recycled content. This will ensure you get the beautifully results you expect naturally. Pretty. This is in the shade Shy Pink. They had, I think, like 3 different shades at my Walmart stores. I'm really trying to find that new beauty line Found that's at Walmart, but I can't find it in any stores near me. So anyways, I'm just going to tap into this. It's a matte, just like peachy pink. More on the pink side. It's a warm pink, I'll say. That's That's pretty. And then they also had like a mattifying powder foundation, but I didn't get that either because again, it was like really expensive and I was just like, I don't know, it wasn't super intriguing. I know, I go real overboard with blush, but just all blended out. I love it. I can't help myself. I look a little clownish every day. So for highlight, I got the 3 Ofra highlighters that were on sale during the 21 Days of Beauty. Yesterday I used the one in Blissful. Today I kind of want to try this one. This is in Beverly Hills. Again, oh good, the nails are safe, guys. Again, not new, but new to me. And I kind of was playing and swatching, but I didn't actually put this on my face. So I think I'm just going to sort of try to swirl it all together. These are so powdery. Like, woo, that was intense. Oh, all right, that's a little intense, but, ooh. Okay, well, if I wanted highlight, there I go. It's a little much, but what's too much? Again, I'm just gonna take my face powder brush, sort of blend that down and around, just so it doesn't look too much, because that would be bad. Okay, super excited for this next thing. This is the Ardell Wispies Fiber Building Mascara. I love the Ardell Wispies lashes, like the false lashes, and so I'm really excited to try this, and it's really pretty packaging too. Feels really like well made. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes, and then I will do this mascara. It's not waterproof, so fingers crossed, guys, that it doesn't get to be a smudgy mess throughout the day, but we shall see. That highlight, that was intense. Okay, lashes curled. Let's see. Okay, so it's kind of like an hourglass shaped brush a little bit. You guys can see that? You can definitely see like the little fibers in it. So we're just gonna start applying. Okay, I'm noticing length right away. All right, I'm gonna let that side kind of sit. Ooh, it's not up to snuff with my Essence I Heart Extreme. I mean, that mascara, you guys, is just the best to wear. I don't know, I struggle to really like other mascaras for my top lashes because that one is just so buildable and so amazing that it's almost like the volume is like instantaneous. Where with other mascaras, almost like this one, you gotta like really build it up. And like mascaras are hard, like first impressions, because once they dry out, they sometimes get a little bit better or a little bit worse, depending on the formula. For some reason, I'm liking this side better than the other one. That primer was pretty good. I will say this, I noticed that right off the bat, just like with my foundation and stuff on, it really worked on my fine lines on my forehead. I've noticed foundation settling in those a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, like 2 months out from my 25th birthday and I'm already like getting fine lines on my forehead. But the brush gets really goopy too, you guys, so just be aware of that if you try this. And like the fibers are just everywhere. I don't know about this mascara, you guys. It's kind of making the curl go down really quick too, which I never have that problem. And like my Essence I Heart Extreme is like $5 and I think this mascara was like 13. So I'm like, come on now. Yeah, it's making my lashes flatten out. Like, and I don't ever have that problem. Well, hardly with any mascaras because I do have curly hair, so my eyelashes are pretty curly. Ugh, and I got something in my eye. Hold on. I have some flakage. Have some flakage, everybody. Take a brush and just, there we go. Okay, they dusted away. I'll give them that. Ooh, Lord, that would be bad if they smudged. I don't know. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. We're gonna see how this works. Hopefully it doesn't get super flaky. I mean, I just feel like it's straightening out my lashes, and I never have that problem. So for my lower lashes, I'm still gonna use my CoverGirl Clump Crusher Water Resistant because, I mean, I'm ballsy to try a new mascara on a work day, but I'm not that ballsy to try it on my lower lashes. This, I'm so intrigued by, you guys. This is the Liquid Lip Liner from Ardell. I saw this at Sally's and I was like, oh, like they have a lot of different colors of liquid eyeliner, because I didn't read the, you know, display. And then it said, and then I like read closely and it said liquid lip. And I was like, what? Never seen something like that. Okay. So it's like a brush tip, but it's already, you guys can't see, but it's already splitting at the top. All right. So let's try this. I'm a little nervous. I feel like you couldn't mess up. Like you couldn't get outside your lip line. Okay, so I'm not going to talk, and I'm just going to try this. Okay, that might be, maybe wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. By the way, this is the shade Longest Kiss. This is supposed to last all day because it is more of like a marker. That's what the display said. So we shall see if this lasts all day, if I have to redo the lip liner. It just was so intriguing. I've never seen anything like that. And then I did pick up a liquid lipstick from Ardell in the shade Unsafe and Wicked. That's great. It's just a like pretty mauve shade. It's just like a traditional doe foot and a lot of product comes off. And this says it's matte whipped lipstick. So we'll see. So that's good. That's a really pretty color too. I like that. Okay guys, so that is it for this first impression so far. So far, the two biggest kind of disappointments are the concealers, because I just feel like they didn't really do a whole lot for me, and the mascara. Let's see, actually, let's just add to this, why not? Let's see if we can build it up a little bit. The length is really there, but I almost just feel like with the fibers, oh, I'm getting flakage again. But I almost just feel like with the fibers in it, it makes my lashes kind of look wonky. Do you guys remember that mascara from Maybelline? The colossal like spider effect or something? I don't know. The commercials it had, and like the displays, it had the girls with the eyelashes that were all like, you know? That's what I feel like this does to my lashes. It makes them look super just like weird and not like fluffy and flittery and like all just like up together. It just makes them look all like crisscrossed and weird because of those fibers. So I don't know. The eyeshadow palette was good though, and so was that little eyeshadow stick. I do wish the palette came with a more like appropriate crease shade, but I get that it was a little quad, and sometimes quads just don't have that, so I'm not gonna like knock it for that. The brow, stroke-a-brow thing, I think I like the finish that it gave now that my brows are kind of set and everything. But I like the color. I like the color taupe a lot. I feel like it was really good. But I will say that I think I need to practice a little bit more just because I'm not used to it. So far, the primer is working pretty well on my forehead, like I said. On my pores, yeah, I don't know how matte it's keeping my skin, to be honest, but we shall see about that throughout the day. What else was new? The blush, super pretty. I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts on the cheeks, but it's definitely a really pretty color. And then so far, the lip product feels pretty good, the matte liquid lip. But yeah, and then that lip liner, so weird, but it was pretty cool. I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts. If it lasts a lot longer than typical lip liners, I think it'll be really worth it because it wasn't as difficult to use as I thought. So Anyways, that's the update for now. I will be checking in with you guys later tonight when I am home. It'll probably be in like 12 hours because I have work and then I have something to do after work tonight. But I will also be taking pictures throughout the day and I will insert those to, to let you guys know how this stuff wore throughout the day. So I will see you guys later tonight. Okay guys, so it is now 8:27. I stopped filming this morning, I remember at 7:47. So it's been a little bit of time, you know, like 13 hours. No big deal. So I did want to just check in with you guys though and share with you how this makeup wore throughout the day. And I will insert some pictures as I'm talking. So really the makeup wore okay. So I did notice the blush starting to fade maybe around 2, and I'll insert that picture so you guys can see it. And then really at like 11 a.m., the only thing that was really different was my lip color. I drank my coffee, and then at like 11, you could see that like this part was gone. And like I said, at 2 o'clock, I really noticed the blush starting to fade. So as far as the Burt's Bees blush goes, I think it's like a good little blush. I don't think it's super long wearing though. Overall, I really enjoyed the lip product throughout the day. I just ate pizza and this is what it looks like. It was freshly applied probably about 2 hours ago. No, gosh, 3 hours ago. And then I just ate pizza and this is what we're left with. So it's still on. It's not looking real fresh though. So as far as the matte whipped little lipsticks from Ardell, I really liked this. It felt pretty moisturizing well, okay, not moisturizing throughout the day because it's a liquid lipstick, but it was definitely not super drying, and I think it's because it has that whipped type of formula that I prefer. Now, I will say it did transfer off. I was drinking my coffee and I was drinking a Diet Coke from McDonald's because I just needed a Diet Coke. It was like kind of an oxymoron because I was eating these like homemade protein balls that I get the recipe off Pinterest as I'm in the McDonald's drive-thru to get a Diet Coke, and I was like, this looks healthy, but it's kind of not. Anyways, and then like water and stuff like that, and the lipstick definitely did transfer on some of like that stuff on the straw and on my water bottle and on my coffee. But I will take that because it wasn't a super uncomfortable drying liquid lipstick. So this definitely is approved by me. The thing that was kind of disappointing was this liquid lip liner. So it's a cool concept. It's different. I haven't seen anything like this before, so I will definitely give Ardell credit when it comes to this. But it didn't really do what a lip liner is supposed to do. Like in my eyes, a lip liner is supposed to kind of create a barrier between your skin and your lips to kind of keep like all the color on your lips. This didn't really do that, and I think it's because it's just it's a marker and it's a super thin formula. Like just doing that, you guys can't even really see. I actually like kind of go over it a little bit. It reminds me of like, okay, Covergirl had these, and I think like NYC did. They were like lip stains, and they were kind of just basically like a marker of lip color. Anyone else remember those? I'll try to insert a picture if I can find one. This is what it reminds me of. So it didn't really, because it's such a thin formula, it didn't really create a barrier between my skin and my lips. So my lip product still bled a little bit. So that's the thing too. This did bleed a little bit. So maybe wear like an actual lip liner with this. So as far as this goes, it didn't really do what a lip liner is supposed to. I mean, I guess if you find a color you really like, you could just use it like, you know, those old school Covergirl and NYC ones, like just a marker. It did like last a while though, because, you know, it's a super thin formula. It doesn't really like smudge away or anything, but it didn't really do what a lip liner is supposed to do. So I would say pass on this. As far as the eyeshadow goes, everything held up pretty well. I think the color faded a little bit throughout the day, but overall I really liked the colors in this little palette. I liked the formula. They were soft. What I really enjoyed though the most was this Eyeresistible shadow stick. This was, I think, the star of the show for me on my eyes today. I loved how it applied. It was super easy to blend out. It didn't like smudge or anything throughout the day and make it look like really crazy. It definitely set, and I really liked this. This is the shade Yearning, and it was a really nice like brown color. So I really enjoyed that. I definitely recommend these shadow sticks from Ardell. And even if these little quads, it was pretty good. So I would say if you are into that, go for it. Also, I forgot to touch on the highlighter from Ofra. Great formula, super intense. I mean, now my face is just kind of like melting off, so you probably can't even really tell I have highlighter on because it's just like oily everywhere. But yeah, it held up pretty well throughout the day. As far as the brows go, the Stroke Brow Feathering Pen, I liked it. I noticed throughout the day, just my brows looked very natural, so I really enjoyed that. And the shade Taupe was really good. I always say go lighter with your brows just because if you go the color of your brow hairs, sometimes it can look like Sharpie brows. So I always like to go lighter just so it doesn't look too intense. And the shade Taupe I think did really well. Like I said, it's just a more like natural feathery look. So I really like it. I do think I'm going to practice a little bit more and hopefully get the hang of it. Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer. It says it blurs and fills in pores, fine lines, and imperfections with a natural looking matte finish. I will say that I do think it helped fill in some of the fine lines that were on my forehead. As far as my pores go, I mean, it didn't do anything that like other pore primers do, like the NYX one, the pore filler. It didn't do anything like that one doesn't do, and that one's way cheaper than this. The packaging is real pretty, and it says it shrinks the pores over time, so we'll see how that goes. It was fine. It wasn't anything that I lost my mind over because it was so good, but it also isn't something I absolutely hated. So that one is kind of the meh product. The L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Correcting Concealer in the shade Peach Neutral. This, I like that it's like a pen style, you know, it's easy to use. It definitely is blendable. But I don't think it corrected that well, to be totally honest. It was all right. It wasn't anything that was great, and it wasn't anything that was horrible. Again, kind of a meh product. Okay, all of my face products except for, well, even the blush, they're all kind of just like meh. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer, the waterproof one. I don't know if there's different ones, but it says Double Wear Waterproof All Day Extreme Wear Concealer. This, it was a lot thinner than I thought it would be as far as consistency goes. It did have some pretty good coverage, or at least it looked like it did. But I feel like when I blended it out with a beauty blender, it kind of just blended away. I don't know. I don't know how I really feel about this. Maybe if I use a brush, it'll be better, but I never use I don't know. We'll have to play with it a little bit, but it was fine. It was okay. Again, it was just kind of a matte product. All of the face things were just kind of like, meh. The mascara, the Ardell Wispies mascara that I tried. It added length, like that is for sure. But my lashes are just not volumized. It kind of like took the curl away, and my lashes just look kind of wonky. I will say this though, it's not a waterproof mascara, and normally I do wear waterproof, but this one did not have any smudging or anything like that, and no flakage throughout the day, so that was a super positive thing as well. So yeah, so this was all right as well. But overall, that is it for this random first impressions video. But I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave any video requests in the comments below. Thank you guys again just for all your love and support. I give that all right back to you. I hope you guys are having an amazing kickoff to fall. I have a lot of fun videos coming up for you guys. So like I said, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of those. And I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.